Over the past month, I've been replaying The Witcher 3 with a complete mod overhaul. Every system in the game has been either rebalanced or completely reworked, and it makes for a much more immersive world. I'll get into some of the systems of the mods later, like the combat and alchemy, but I want to start by telling you one of my favorite things about this mod. Everything in this game is a flat level. You, enemies, gear, equipment, quests, everything is a flat level, meaning every enemy is always a threat and equipment you use is fully down to your preferred playstyle. And given the quests are no longer level gated, you're also free to explore and take on any contract that you want. Now I'm hoping by the end of this, you're going to be convinced to either play or replay The Witcher 3 with this mod pack. So sit back, relax and enjoy what is the highlights of my first in-game week of playing The Witcher 3 Enhanced Edition Redux. So I'm free to explore where I want. I start by the Hanged Man's Tree. I don't want to be here. No one wants to be here. It's miserable. So I think I'm going to head to Oxenfurt. You know, it's not a massive city, but maybe there's some work for me there. I want to find a contract. I want to do something, get some money. A boy's got to eat. So that's where I head. But when I arrive, there are queues all the way up to the city, up to the gates.
Halt! No passage.
Case of the plague surface in the city or something?
The plague? No. We're to not let folk in the city. It's an order.
They need some sort of pass, and I don't have it, so I think, fine, I'll go somewhere else. But I notice the sun is setting, and I don't want to be out at night in this world. It's dangerous. The creeps and the crawlies come out at night, so I rest for the night there. And I set off again day 2, and I start heading north. Again, trying to find, you know, somewhere with a contract, something with something interesting to do. And as I'm heading north, I stumble upon this like abandoned quarry. And as I'm passing it, my medallion hums.
I want to look around some.
So I think, okay, there might be something here, potentially. There might be some loot, there might be some gear, there might be a monster, but let's investigate.
Not another step, or there'll be one corpse more.
Listen, behind you.
If you think I'm gonna fall for... Oh, you fucker.
Fucking owl ghouls. I hate these guys. I hate owl ghouls. Normal ghouls, fine. Weak, stupid. Owl ghouls, smart, spiky even. When they get enraged, if you piss them off, if you hurt them, they go into this enraged state. You have to calm them down with a quick sign of Axie. But if there's a lot of them, that's dangerous because your instinct is to do a big AoE blast, right? With a bomb, with an igni. But that just hits them all and pisses them all off at once. And when they're all enraged, you're in trouble.
Thank you. If not for you, that would have been the end of us. Sure as spring.
So I survive, right? Barely. And I realize, had this been night, I was doomed, because necrophages are stronger at night, and lucky for me, I rested. But anyway, I loot around, and I found like the crafting schematics for some gauntlets. Was it worth the trouble? No. Did I save some lives? Maybe. But at this point, the toxicity of the potions I chugged is really kicking in, so I have to rest. I can't do anything. I'm gonna pass out. I've just gotta wait till the next day. So start of day 3, I'm still kind of heading north. I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll head on up to Novigrad at this point. Oxenfurt's closed, let's go to the bigger city. And on my way, I'm gathering herbs. I'm picking up what I can because I need to replenish my potions. Because I was caught off guard with those alghouls. I had to chug a lot of my resources. So I need to replenish them. I need to gather up what I can to make sure I'm prepared for the next fight. And you know, just as I think I'm gonna have a leisurely day, I run into trouble.
What's going on here? Why isn't anyone putting that out?
We want it to burn. Got it?
Piss off, or we'll fry you along with that fucking elf!
There's a third way out of this situation. Let's dance.
So I think now is probably a good time to tell you about the combat system of this mod, because you can't just button mash like you do in the base game. First off, you have stamina, so every action you perform has a cost to it. To the side is your vigor for casting signs. And then above your health is your poise meter. Run out of poise and you leave yourself vulnerable to injury. And you also lose your ability to perform a counterattack. And on top of keeping track of all of that, you have to manually aim all your attacks with use of your movement and camera, and then making use of defense and distance modifiers to adapt for the situation. So yes, you can swing and miss. Now you'll also notice that the enemies have a second bar, and that's their poise. So for monsters it leaves them open for all sorts of debuffs, but for humans it opens them up to finishes.
What was this about? Why'd they want to burn you alive?
They came to rob me. I refused to betray where I keep my valuables, so they brought in a cart full of firewood, barred me inside, and set fire to the thing.
Probably counting on you being swayed.
I've yet to thank you.
So just another typical day of elf racism in the Northern Realms, but that's fine. She ends up parting with all her valuables and just gives them to me instead of the people that were trying to rob her, which is weird, but I get some gold and some fancy new boots. Now these boots give me very slight worse defensive stats than my current ones, but they're lightweight armor, meaning my stamina costs go down, so that's good for me. So I put those on and keep heading north and eventually hit another roadblock. This one's on the border between Temeria and Redania. Not sure whether it's because of the plague or because of the war, but...
Can't get through without a pass. You're in luck. So happens I've got a few to sell.
But alternatively, I found a contract on the notice board.
Some shaggy fuck knows what sitting in the woods attacking every plough and transport that dares take the high road. Bring me the fucker's head.
So deal with the beast, get some gold, and get a pass. So I think I know which option I'm going for.
Look like claw marks. But here, an arrow, footprints. A survivor? Either that or the monster's a humanoid.
One step more and you'll gain a new hole in your head, Dwan. What do you seek here? Speak!
Need to talk to your commander. It's important.
I'll be assured when you hand me your weapons.
Fine. Lead the way.
That gun. Strange. No monsters trouble us.
Might not trouble you.
So as it turns out, no Leshens, no Howlers, no Beast, just more elves. And I'm not gonna start a fight. I don't want to get involved. And weirdly, they give me a little bit of loot for not killing them, I guess. Including these new trousers, which are technically better stats, but they're very white. They're very white. Anyway, I head on back to the Pontar and I speak to the guard and I just let him know there's no real beast, it's elves, so he can do with that what he wants. And in return for the information, I actually still get the pass. I don't have to get my hands dirty and I get the pass. No gold, but hey. Now, luckily for me, I can actually use this pass not only for crossing the Pontar up north, but also for getting into Oxenfurt. So I'm actually back to my original plan. I'm heading back to Oxenfurt.
My, a witcher. Something tells me I'll finally get something interesting to do.
So I finally made it into Oxenfurt, and first stop for me is to repair my equipment. Not too pricey. Next stop for me is the tavern, because I still need to buy some alcohol so I can brew some potions. So let me tell you how this modded alchemy system actually works. Each alchemy ingredient is broken down into its base source and then its quality. And then for a potion, it requires a few of these base sources and then an alcohol to brew. Determined on the quality of ingredient you use will determine its strength, which makes managing your ingredients a bit more involved, while also meaning it's not too hard to brew something basic. Now, I'm not brewing anything immediately because I don't know what I'm up against next, and I don't want to waste any resources, but I have found another contract. It's for another woodland beast, and I'm hoping this one is actually a beast, because I want to hunt something.
What kind of monster are we talking about?
Snatchers, cows and the like. Reckoned we should help the local boys, so we grabbed our weapons and set out.
So some sort of big old beastie boy running around grabbing cows and eating people. So yes, sounds like a big beast to hunt. And just before I head on my way, I decide to loot these boys because why not? And I find some new trousers. Again, more trousers. These ones though, good stats, and they don't draw too much attention to my crotch. So those are on. And then I'm off to find some clues. So I'm headed in the direction I was pointed to, and I quickly find some disembodied bodies. I quickly find some loose limbs, as it were. And so I follow that trail. I follow the trail of blood right up to the monster. And oh boy, it's a griffin. And I am not ready immediately for this fight. I need to back out and I need to prepare. Now, I had actually previously fought a griffin, so I'm kind of familiar with their patterns. However, this is no ordinary griffin, this is an arch griffin. These guys are kind of special. First off, they spit poison, which is, you know, not good. But I think more importantly for me is they're immune to fire. So previously when I had fought a griffin, I relied quite heavily on using Igni to burn them and keep them on fire just to sustain damage on them, but can't do that here. I'm going to be a lot more reliant on just swinging my sword and using my crossbow. So it's going to be a tough fight and I need some potions. I basically spend the day running around looking for herbs. I have most things I need, but I literally just need one kind of herb for a regeneration potion, and I'm struggling to find it. I'd spend the whole day looking around, but then eventually circle around and find this herbalist hut. Here I'm basically able to buy anything I need, so I'm fully stocked, I'm fully loaded. The key potions I'm using for this fight is a stamina potion just to make sure I can keep swinging, given that I can't rely on my signs too much. That regeneration potion that I spent the whole day trying to get resources for. And I've also got a special oil on my sword, which means I actually deal more stamina damage to the griffin. So I'm hoping that when I knock it down out the sky, I'm going to be able to eat through its poise and hopefully just keep it grounded for as long as possible. Now at the start of this, I mentioned that this game is hard, but I haven't shown that yet. So I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm going to keep in every attempt I had at fighting this thing. So this is it. This is the fight. I preemptively chug my stamina potion because I know I'm going to need that immediately. And I run into battle. So that's it. That's my first week in this mod, kind of. I mean, I'm not going to do one more day because we reached a good point, right? But yeah, this is very different to what I normally make, but I had a lot of fun doing it. So let me know if you want something similar. Maybe I'll do a week in Skellige, or maybe this is a one and done. Who knows? But yeah, give this mod a go if you haven't already. It's a lot of fun.